This game is super easy, lots of fun, and you can keep adding twists to it, make it even better. Hey, I'm Eric with a K. I'm your host, and I'm so glad you've joined us on today's episode of the Practical Youth Ministry Tips podcast. And I have got a great game for you. This game killed. I just recently learned it. I used it in youth group, and then used it as well at wildlife, and it just killed. And here's what's great. It's easy to explain, easy to learn, and hard to do. Okay, let me explain. So, and the more you play it, the harder it gets. And the game is called 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's how the game works. Everybody gets a partner. You can't have three. It has to be two people, 1 and 2. Somebody starts and says the number 1. The other person says the number 2. Then the first person says the number 3. And then they go back to 1, and then to 2, and then 3. And then 1 and 2 and 3. So it's back and forth. And the idea is to keep speeding up, going back and forth, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, till somebody messes up. When somebody messes up, they're out. The person who won goes to find somebody else who won, and they match up, kind of like a rock, paper, scissors tournament, right? When they match up with somebody else, they do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, till somebody messes up. Third round is where you start twisting it a little bit. And the person who says 2 claps instead of saying anything. So it's 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. So back and forth until somebody messes up. And I let them kind of self-govern, like how long they wait. 1, right? So that's up to them to decide how long they want to wait and if they call each other out on it. But that's up to them. Then I make another twist for the last couple of rounds, depending on how many students are left. I'll have them go to 5 and 1, and then I have them stomp. And then 3, and then instead of saying 4, they're like, and then 5. So it's 1, 3, 5. But back and forth. And you see the reason why you do an odd number, because then it switches, so they're not doing the same thing every time. Super simple, fun, frustrating, and the longer you play it, the harder it gets. If you got a large group and you're still got a bunch of students left in that, mix it up. Instead of saying 1, flap their arms. Instead of saying 3, whatever you want. I love making noises and motions. The more you can add to it, the better. You could make this game however you want. You can change it every round. You can add something in and make it more difficult as you progress. Maybe it's instead of 1, 2, 3. Whatever you want. This is your game. Take it, twist it. I'd love to hear how you have taken and used this game and how well it worked and what twists you add to the game. If you do it and you add some twists, would you put that into the comments? As a matter of fact, I want to give you a best practice on how to run games the best way possible. I've written an ebook as well as recorded an audiobook that I want to give to you for free. Okay? All you have to do is click the link down in the description, and that will give you this ebook and audiobook for free. And there's a bunch of low prep, no prep games in there, why you do games in youth ministry, as well as 15 best practices for running your games. So like I just explained the game in a very simple way. You want to do that in 30 to 60 seconds. The less amount of time it takes to explain a game, the better. The less complicated, the better. Do that. And this game is exactly that. It didn't take a lot for you to understand. You just go back and forth. And I don't give all of those things, all of the different additions, until the round has finished. And I'm like, okay, this round, we're going to make it a little more fun and a little bit more difficult. And you throw the twist in there. And the first couple of rounds may feel like that was easy, even though somebody messed up, but they go back and forth, it takes a little longer. It's more thought process. It's more fun. It twists because they're used to doing it a certain way. Now they have to do something different. So best practices of explaining and running the games, make it fun, make it easy, make it exciting. And you can take this kind of game and do it again in the future and totally twist how you do it. That's what's so awesome about a game like this. The rules are up to you. Or have a student. That's a great way. Have a student choose one of the numbers to do something different. Have them come up with what the action or motion or noise would be. I love when you can give a student some ownership of a game or any part of youth ministry. Well, there you go. That's all I have for today. I wanted to give you one super simple, practical youth ministry tip that you could use in today's youth ministry. Like you could go and do that at your next youth group event. Okay, if you haven't clicked like and subscribe, bell notifications, all that stuff, I'd love for you to do that. That helps with the algorithm, gets this out to more people in youth ministry. Thanks so much. Catch you next episode.